Thanks for joining me, everyone. Normally, I like to bring you guys a Kraken review, but this ship is not going to be in the store for long. I want to be able to give you guys an informed review so that way you can make a decision on whether or not this is going to be a good ship for you to pick up or not. So we're going to start off with some gameplay. The name of this ship is Foudre, and I'm more than likely butchering it. I had to actually Google it just to make sure I was even saying it correctly. So in this first battle, you'll see I ran up the middle of two brothers, and we come across Richie Lou, its tech tree counterpart, burn the first reload, and because it is broadside, we make short work of it. So the other reason why I decided to run the middle of two brothers in this battle is there is no DDs, there's only one cruiser. Each team got shorted 3 players, so I figured, you know what? Fortune favors the brave, right? Let's go ahead and give it a go. So we have another Foudre backing up, and I'm trying to find that citadel area. I'm looking more towards the back end, and I'm not tagging it. Still taking big chunks off, very, very big chunks. And you can see our secondaries are chipping away at it. We go ahead and get another shot off, but that fire from the other ship went ahead and got him a flesh wound. So I'm going to go ahead and bend this turn, trying to take out this last BB that's hiding behind here. And I get a little too close, scratching my paint nice and good. But nevertheless, he's got a slight angle and we still get a citadel. Secondaries start pumping. And that is a bonus for this ship. These secondaries are good. I really don't see the need to make it into a secondary build, and I'll get further into that. Because you really want to put as much love as possible into those main guns, and as you can see, boom, we dispatch it nice and easy. So here is another battle where we are going to be controlling the cap. Run into another brother from another mother. And still again, trying to find that citadel area. And I tried more towards the back, more towards the middle. And in this last shot, you'll see it's going to be situated right in between those two turrets. Maybe even closer towards the front of the bow. You can probably still tag it. So we go ahead and throw the engine boost on, wanting to control this cap. We got Cleveland pushing. He's going to give us a nice broadside. Bam. Dev strike, send it back to port. Legato is still pushing, so we're going to go ahead and, again, want to control that cap. And at 7 kilometers, you can see those secondaries are starting to spit. We're taking chunks off, and we're going to just keep focusing on this Legato. So I really want to emphasize on this ship that it is a serious contender to get you to control these caps. So I just want to stress again, there's no need to play it in reverse or get towards the edge of the map. So we're going to get right back to the cap because this other Foudre is making sure that he is trying to control it. And we got those secondaries spitting from both of us. Hit him again. And again, you can see behind that back turret is not the citadel, but in front of it. So we get him finished off. So that was a little bit of gameplay on the cap. Now, this ship also has no problem dealing out dev strikes. So if you're a cruiser and you're running broadside to this, it is going to punish you. Like so. And that was Azuma. Azuma definitely has, a better armor than other lighter cruisers, but, you're running broadside, it's a cruiser, and you're getting punched by a battleship, so it's going to hurt. But you can see this one, he's coming in at a slight angle. We got a little bit of water in between that vertical line and the bottom of that ship, and voila, dev strike, and back to port he goes. So as I was saying, has no problem dealing out those dev strikes. Now, let's say hypothetically, you turn a corner, there's a DD. Aim is a little high, just a tad off. Could have did better, but we only caught him with a couple shells. But we got that reload booster. Love that reload booster because we get a second chance, we correct our aim, and back to port he goes, and first blood we get. So we talked about a lot of the good points. So let's jump into the bad points. If you are going to play aggressive, push the caps, you are definitely going to want to have this thing set up to fight fires. It is a tinderbox. So pushing a cap, I noticed that the DD is going to be all the way over on C. So I know that I don't have to worry about torpedoes, but you can still overpush, overextend, and not use your repair parties in a smart way like I did. So this is where I was saying the bad points is you can obviously not play smart and put yourself in a position where you are going to leak out. So I should have held on to the repair party. I should have started reversing a lot sooner. I was going to continue pushing the smoke because I wanted to really get as close as possible to that cruiser to blind fire and get him out of there. But doing so, you see, I overextended. I was too far past that island, and I should have held on to the repair party, so I went ahead and ate those torpedoes, and I am leaking out. So just a food for thought kind of thing, make sure you play smart when you're being aggressive and pushing the caps. So let's jump over to where you are playing smart and pushing the cap. I know that this particular DD has no torpedoes. He's a Friesland, so we went ahead and take him out. And paying attention to the mini-map, I see Suzuya is pushing the right side of the island. I know he's got torpedoes, so I want to go ahead and take him out. Like so. Now, I'd like to cover a couple things that I've read on social media about this particular ship, as well as the cost of ships and the bundle packages. Yes, this is a reskinned Jean Bart. And for anybody who has Jean Bart or came in slightly behind or maybe missed out on it, you guys know that people have been asking for Jean Bart to be re-released in some way, shape, or form. So they obviously are not going to re-release the same one. They've said that they're not going to do that. So this is what they came up with, a reskinned version. And I got to be honest, the paint job I absolutely love. I think it looks great. The secondaries are 10 times better than Jean Bart's, and the extra added rudder shift does allow for more aggressive gameplay. So in this build, I have not put any perks into secondaries, and you'll see that it has no problem with getting hits. The reload is decent. It's going to set fires. I wanted all that love in these main guns because, again, being able to get dev strikes and send people back to port instantly is instant gratification. So, again, you'll see 14 hits, 15 hits that have yet tallied up, and they're hitting. There's no secondary enhanced. There's no secondary perks. So you can still be aggressive, and you see that extra added rudder shift. You're allowed to get that thing whipped around a lot easier than in Jean Bart. And I can tell you, my Jean Bart never got secondary hits like this. So, again, is it worth it? I would say yes. If you do not have the Jean Bart, it is definitely worth picking this up for the ship alone. And you'll see I am running a stock commander, so the commander is not a must-have. If you already have Jean Bart, is this a must? Not really. It's going to depend on if you're more of a ship collector like me. I really love having all the ship variations as much as possible. So I leave that choice up to you. But I hope all the gameplay that I've provided will show you that you can be aggressive, you can storm the cap, that it is a viable build to set this thing up as more of a sniper dispersion build instead of the brawler build. I also wanted to be able to show you that by being aggressive and pressing these caps, it, with this ship alone, has put me at the top of the leaderboard over a dozen times, and every single game has been over 2000 XP. So it is only a matter of time before I am able to unleash a monster Kraken for you guys. But as far as the bundle pricing and cost of ships, I've been playing since the summer of 2019. The cost of individual ships have not changed. The cost of bundles obviously are going to vary depending on the bundle that they are presenting. But you have a choice to either buy the bundle, buy the individual ships, individual content, or not buy it at all and stay free to play, but the company does have to make money. For the ship and commander setup, we will start off with the alternate commander that I was using and an alternate setup that I had tried more so to attempt a hybrid brawler, not solely into the secondaries, just trying to give it a little bit of both, and it just didn't deliver the accuracy that I'm used to with Gene Bart. So upgrades, I had them all the same except for one. I went aiming system mod 1 so that way I could get the 7% dispersion on the main battery. For that hybrid brawler setup, I went propulsion mod 2. It does have that good rudder shift, so I was trying to get it moving a lot faster, but after constantly getting set on fire and losing so much health because of it, I decided to go ahead and change that over to damage control system mod 2 to cut that fire duration and flooding duration by 15%. I went target acquisition system mod 1 so that way I could get that 50% RGA of ships as well as that 20% torpedo detectability. I ended up going main battery mod 3 so that way I could get the additional reload time for those main batteries. Now with the hybrid setup, I did go enhanced secondary targeting. But because I went ahead and removed the engine, I thought it was best to go ahead and put on the engine boost to kind of compensate for that, because it does feel like you will get stuck trying to get moving or back and forth when you're playing that bow tanking game. And the alternate commander that I tried was A.L. Dunku, and Andrew Cunningham as an inspiration for shell grouping, Scharnhorst for the dispersion, tree skills I went flammable cannoneer, Porcupine for those secondaries, marksmanship for some more dispersion, master mechanic, and fight fire with fire. Now maybe it is because she is a little bit as a low level, but I just did not get the accuracy that I was looking for. So I ended up going back to my stock commander, who is going to be Robert Jouard, and I am running the blacksmith guys. All you're going to get from that is a signal flare, voiceover, tinted tracers, and a legendary fireworks show. But for the setup, again, Andrew Cunningham for the shell grouping, Scharnhorst for that dispersion. If you don't have her, I would suggest Madden so you can get the traverse speed and reload. Tree skills, flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, marksmanship, reaching out, and fight fire with fire. I assure you, if you try to go will to rebuild, you will regret it, because you do get 3 concurrent fires in this ship on a regular basis. So that is my review of this great looking ship. I hope that helps. Don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, stay frosty out there.